I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. And a big shout out to my friend Mel Chansey, whose birthday is today, as well as my mom. I know there are some people who say there's no such thing as a stupid question. But if there's anyone out there who has questions about whether or not James Hollingshead was going to be complacent now that he's staring down the barrel of a year-long off-season, I feel pretty comfortable saying that we can make an exception to the rule in this case. All the reports coming from people close to James seem to be pretty much saying the same thing, which is essentially that he's in the gym every day, smashing ridiculous weights and treating every session like he's in the final few weeks of his Olympia prep. We've seen this over and over again throughout his career. When James has his focus locked in, he trains as hard as anyone in bodybuilding. So when you take someone with this kind of work ethic and give them a full year to do nothing but focus on getting better at their craft, 9 times out of 10, the end result is going to be W after W stacking up in the win column, which means that 2024 has officially been put on notice. Well, I guess James Hollingshead isn't the only one going all in with his off-season moves right now, because from the way it looks, Iain Valliere is right there in the same boat. According to the latest reports from Iain's camp, his weight is hovering somewhere around the high 270s and low 280s right now, and he's bent on making sure that he leaves no stone unturned over these next few months, because he wants nothing more than to bring his absolute all-time best to the Olympia stage this November. When Iain's locked in like this and not dealing with all sorts of distractions, he's a force to be reckoned with, because there are only a handful of guys in bodybuilding who know how to deliver that old school level of grainy detail that he's become famous for. So if he puts together another solid few months of training and picks the right spots to make his season debut, I'd be on the lookout for him to head into the back half of the season with a full head of steam. Normally, I'm not one for reading the tea leaves, but when you're getting the type of buzz that Andrew Jack's been getting lately, it's kind of hard to ignore the signs. Over the last week or so, we've heard a lot of people close to Andrew's camp talk about how he's pulling out all the stops for this prep. And the general consensus from everyone who's seen him up close and personal is that this is the best that he's ever looked, without question. Now, whether or not the best version of Andrew is enough to outpace the big Rammies and Nick Walkers of the world at this point in his career is still up in the air. But if there's any truth to what we're hearing, his performance at the Arnold could end up being one of those statement-making wins that completely changes the trajectory of someone's career. So if that happens and he does find a way to win this thing, you can all but guarantee that it's going to have a major impact on the way the rest of the season shakes out. Sometimes in life, you can see change coming from a mile away, and other times it runs up on you out of nowhere and hits you like a ton of bricks. And if you're a 212 fan and you've been seeing guys like Sean Clarita, Kamal El Gargni, and Angel Calderon, Antonio Burton jump back and forth between divisions and have success in open bodybuilding, then you're probably starting to notice the trend of high-level guys in this division looking to test their stripes. And from the way it looks, we might be seeing Kerith Bajo decide to go that route too a whole lot sooner than later. Recently, Kerith's coach Justin Miller said that he thought with the progress that he's made recently that Kerith had the ability to be highly competitive in the open class. And if you've seen the updates that they're putting out lately, it isn't hard to see where they're coming from. Kerith's been on a steady climb up the ladder in the division for the better part of the last few years. And when he's completely dialed in and ready to go, he's good enough to give any guy in the 212 or open a run for their money. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.